Well, thank you guys for hopping on because I greatly appreciate it. It's always nice to be able to get face to face and to really just open up and learn and grow. Um, I can talk a lot, so I'll make sure I want to kind of get to some quick points and hopefully leave it open for a few questions and then, have you guys on your way because I know that you guys are busy and, um, we want this to be important and valuable. So first off, how many of you guys look at this as a business? Like, do you guys seriously look at this as a business? Okay. If I told you, hey, you can make 6 figures in this business every single year by working hard and focusing on helping people, would you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Any of you guys? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So making 6 figures would be great, right? So just start to think about the things that it could do for your family. Is it something that can bring you home with your family? Is it something that you could retire your spouse? Is it something that you could open up a great organization? Is it something that you could really start to pay it forward to other people? And I mean, just for starters too, that you got to think, 6 figures. Now imagine those coaches who are making like 7 figures a year. Just think about what that can do for your life. And the biggest thing is that it isn't about money. And when we know that from our heart, it's okay for us to speak about the whole money aspect about the business because the potential is out there. Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success. So it's based and determined on what we do. But the best part about it is that I know that the more that we help people, the more the income will grow. And I feel confident and great in what I do. How many of you guys can say that your life has changed since you've become a coach? I know I can. I know that I can say that 5 years ago, I wasn't a positive person. I can pull up, when you look at the on that day, or on the day or whatever it's called, and you look and you see stuff from like 8 years ago and 7 years ago and 6 years ago, and you're flopping off of some swear words here and there, and you're like, men suck and they're this and that. Oh yeah, you can totally say that completely different person, right? I'm like, what in the world did I do? I can tell you I was very negative. I self-doubted myself. I didn't understand why my life was the way it was. And I was so confused because I'm like, look at all these people on Facebook. Their life is great. They've got this career. I'm sitting here and I'm playing in Farm Town and, what's this other person doing in their life? Oh, by the way, did I pick my crops yet? Are they ready? Can I make some more? Oh, what's this game? Maybe I can do something like this. Oh, and did you see what she did? And that's what I thought over and over and over. And I was like, why does my life suck? Wow, maybe it's because the secret to success is determined by our daily agenda. And my daily agenda was focused around everybody else and about, pretty much watering their grass and not doing anything for my life. And it would have been when my coach Lindsay came to me, I wanted to get healthy and fit because having the back surgery and having the C-section really hit me as far as like, okay, like I want to be there for my kids because that C-section left me thinking I was going to die. So it did. Like I ripped my arms out of my straps and I'm like, I'm never going to see my kids again. Like that was huge. Like the back surgery already started that. I started working out. Well, then of course, shortly after I was cramping up and that's when I found out I was pregnant. So they didn't want me to keep going. So I already started that journey and then I'm like, oh, here we go. So maybe God realized, hey, you're probably not going to be very serious about this. You're going to end up quitting. So let's just throw this other little twist onto you so that we make sure that we change you to where I made you to be. That's what I tell myself. So, yeah, it was an eye opener, and I'm like, okay, I want to do this. So I started the workouts, and when Lindsay, brought up the whole coaching opportunity and stuff, and I'm just like, whatever, like, I didn't have the income to start up or whatever, and it was totally back then, we didn't have challenge packs. So Insanity was like $120 and Shakeology was $120. So, well, 130. So that investment was insane. Like, I'm like, okay, I don't have an income, but let me tell you, I can smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. Oh, and by the way, I save $20 to go gambling every single week that I don't have, but I really can't purchase that. I just got to wait for some sort of thing to pop up in my life, like my birthdays and a contest or this or that, because I didn't have the money. But going out to eat was so important, spending that like $10 a meal for myself, not to mention like my kids and stuff too. So that was definitely could not afford all that crap. But, well, that's the things that we hear, right? We hear these things over and over and over. And we know ultimately it's really about the value and how we put everything and stuff. But so she got me with the discount. She also got me with, oh, you can get free trips and stuff. And I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute, free trips? How does this work? And I was like, she told me about how, I could earn an income, which was, I wanted income, but I'm just like, yeah, really? Come on, this is whatever. I can't really make an income with this. Well, let's just say I was blessed with the fact of joining as a coach, because if I didn't join as a coach, I don't think I would have kept with my workouts. I don't know if any of you guys feel that way? Like, if you didn't become a coach, you probably wouldn't have continued on with the journey after like completing it once, maybe twice, but then to continue it on for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it may be. Like, I felt accountable, because I'm like, I got to show others that they can do it, even though I don't want to do it on days, even though I hurt so bad, like I can't even walk. Like, I don't even know what Sean T did to my calves. They hurt so flipping bad. I thought I broke myself getting out of my bed every single morning. But no, let's just keep doing this, because I've got a goal and I want to be here. And I'm like, if I can show them, then they're going to want to do it, right? So I kept putting my sweaty pictures out there. I made videos when I was overweight and like bouncing around and jiggling and stuff. So I was like, whatever, I'll put this out there, and it hopefully inspires someone. I remember when I made my videos on YouTube, I started off and I'm like, I love salty foods and I really love chips. So instead of chips, here's a healthy tip. Why don't you, I switched out for like healthy or for natural popcorn and stuff. And this guy commented on my YouTube and he's like, why don't you just eat some broccoli or carrots? What the heck are you telling people to eat popcorn for? And I'm like, oh my good Lord, the world hates me. Like, oh my gosh, hate. We know how that is. But you know what? For somebody who is in my shoes, who is a foodie, who loves food, that's a great tip for them. Some people can't just stop eating all the crap and then start eating broccoli and carrots and fennel, which tastes like black licorice, and all that wonderful food. So, but I felt like, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't do this. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Lindsay talk about it, but I tried quitting probably 10 times, 15 times in the first like month or two until I became an Emerald coach. And then I started seeing the benefit of, reaping what you sow. I want to tell you guys too, it's made so easy now compared to how it was. We had to sign one coach a month in order to achieve Success Club. So even if I would have 8 people that joined me in a challenge group with Shakeology, because all we got one Success Club point for each Shakeology. That's it, because we didn't have challenge packs. But we had to sign a coach every single month. So if I would have had 5 or 8 people joined me with Shakeology and no coach, I would not have achieved Success Club. That's how crazy it is, right? So now we get the lovely benefit of it being a heck of a lot cheaper and getting 2 points for selling a challenge pack, not even having to sign a coach in order to achieve Success Club. So kind of to wrap this all up, and like I said, I'm winging this. I have no idea what I wanted to talk about. You know, I know what coaching has done for me, and I wanted to share that story with you guys because, like I said, without me joining as a coach, I wouldn't have started to read personal development. I definitely wouldn't have changed my mindset. I would have stayed a negative person. I would have doubted myself every single day. And I deal with these battles too. There's days that I'm like, am I seriously going to help people? Or like, am I seriously doing enough? I'm not cut out for this. Like, I'm so unorganized. Like, all these thoughts come up in my head every single day. And if it's not for personal development and my time with God, I don't know what I would do. I'd like be that person again, sitting there playing all these games, focused on everybody else's life and not doing anything for myself. So what do? I keep myself busy with my church, with my kids, with my house, and with this business. Because anything else isn't as important to me. Because I'm like, I can help these people. I can change this world. There are so many people that are sucked into video games, addicted to games. There's so many people that are addicted to food. I mean, I walk around Walmart and I see these people struggling to walk into Walmart. And I'm like, what in the world is wrong with our society? Why is this such a big issue? Now, if you're religious, you know what the big issue is. And it's just, we can make an impact on people. How many of you believe that if you brought someone onto a coach, even if they didn't make a single dime, that it could change their life? Yeah. And that's what I want for us to inspire. As Believe to Achieve, I want the vision, and this isn't my team. If you guys have noticed any of my posts, I'm like, join our team. Join our team. I might have been the founder of Believe to Achieve, but this is our team. I'm not come join my team. No, because I'm not a one-person show. But what I want as far as the vision to go is I want us to inspire people to believe in themselves so that they can achieve their goals. I want you guys to have that heart and that belief in what the products can do for them and ask great questions in order to get out that pain. Josh Coates likes to call it pain. Like, he's like, find their point of pain. You know, what is it? Again, that's why we ask that question, you know, where do you want to be a year from now? Because people will tell you where they want to be, but they don't know how to get there. Well, they do, but they know that they're not doing anything for it. So when we ask questions, we get to the root of it. And then we have the solution, right? Because we know we can help people financially. We know that we can help people physically. We know we can help people emotionally. We know that we can help people in accountability. Like, we become family. It's so much more than just, hey, do you want to get healthy and fit? No. It's way more than that. So how do we go about to do this? Well, we have our awesome BAT, right? It tells, that's seriously, I consistently doing that every single day. And I was just talking with Becca today. I'm like, yesterday, I'm like, my schedule completely did not go as it was planned. But what I did was I made sure I at least invited one person to the challenge group and one person to the business opportunity. But then I wanted to make sure that I got everything else down. I didn't want to be like, oh, I got to get 5 in and then I got to get 5 here. and then not have enough time to finish everything else. Because if we're not consistent in what we do, like all the other aspects, but we're inviting 5, whatever, it's not going to matter. Our post, I want you guys to really, really start to dig deep into your post. And it's not something that you have to overthink about. But if you guys just heard what I told you as far as my story goes, I should be super duper excited about what this opportunity can do for people, that it's a gift, right? So when I'm posting, I want to make sure that I'm telling my story. I can tell it in bits and pieces without being like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Come join come join the challenge group. Come join this. Or, hey, you got to do this because it's awesome. So we have to learn how to, here you go. One moment. We have to learn how to speak out words of life, I should say, speak life into people. And you have to think about the things that it's done for your life. And then, like I said, how I was sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I didn't have enough money, but I could smoke cigarettes every single day or do this. That's where we have to really be creative, like, I'm sorry, I love your dogs. I was just like, I just looked at them and they're like, gosh, squirrel moment. It was like perfect. Anyways, we have to get creative as far as like what we post out. So it could be something where I'm doing a throwback Thursday, and even if it was just a picture of me, and I could talk about how, like, gosh, I can't believe I was so stuck on, I was smoking every single day. And I remember when I wanted to get healthy and fit, I totally thought I didn't have the income to do it, but yet I could sit there and huff and puff the cigarettes left and right. Like, I mean, that's a really bad example as far as how to say it, because I got sidetracked and squirreled on puppies. But do you get what I mean? Like, people are going to give you the objection that they can't afford it, but they really can. And it's about the value. It's about, they're like, what you have to offer me isn't as valuable as smoking these cigarettes. Or, what you have to offer me isn't as valuable as me going out and spending $20 every single day out for meals. Because we know there are so many people that are out there that eat out every single day, that go out and smoke or go out and buy even designer purses or designer clothes. Like today, I just gave a tip on my fan page. I'm like, well, for one, not a big spender. I don't care. I'll spend money on my shoes. I got to have Asics because it's the foundation of our body. And if we don't take care of our body, no, it doesn't work, right? And personal development, going to seminars, going to Summit, going to that stuff, because I invest in me, but it also invest in my children. Everything that I learn, I can teach them. Everything that I am doing in my life, I'm showing them hard work. I'm showing them discipline. I'm showing them being patient. I'm showing them love and affection and stuff. And so everything that I invest in myself, I want to make sure that it's good. Clothes, do I need top of the line clothes? No. But I gave the tip today on my Facebook. I'm just like, when you're going through a transition, because even for me, I remember I was like, oh, I lost like this and I needed new pairs, or I needed pants and I needed shirts. I went out and bought like a whole new wardrobe. And then how long later, a couple months later, I'm like, I need more clothes. So I went and got more because, I'm thinking like, this is it. Like, this is where my goal is. Nope. And I did it again. And I'm like, I can't even tell you the amount of money I spent on clothes. It was ridiculous. So that was my tip to them today. And anyways, again, that was kind of sidetracked. I can't even remember where I was going to go with that. Oh, that's so sad. The value. That's right. Sorry. So people will sit there and buy clothes or do this or do that and everything, and they don't realize that it's not a need in their life. although we know that they don't need Shakeology, they don't need to become a coach, we know the benefit and what it can do and the potential that it can help. So there's an abundance of people out there, you guys, a massive abundance of people. Like sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, like here's all these coaches and this and that. And you have to understand that we have a serious problem. And so when we're posting, reach out to people based on the objections that you're getting. If you're getting money objections, how has some other coaches gotten over that? Or how have you gotten over that if you had to deal with that? And it's not like, gosh, I can't believe people, they say that they can't afford this, but then I got this. Like today, I don't know if you guys saw my post that I just put out earlier. Let me pull it up here just so I can share it. So I took a picture of this. Let me share the screen actually so you can see it. So I took a picture of this green shake. So I left, well, I guess I can just read it. So I was like, this is crazy. Okay, so I leave my house at 2 o'clock to go round up the kiddos and don't get home until almost 4. Well, I forgot to eat. So I grabbed a quick, fast, healthy smoothie from this drive-through coffee place. Do you know coffee is $5 a cup? This smoothie was $4.25. Don't get me wrong, it was amazing and great, but it just made me think of how many people tell me Shakeology is expensive when I get it for under $4. And it's a full, complete meal that fills me up, or that fills me with energy without caffeine, plus gives me all my vitamins and minerals. I could go on. Hashtag just saying. So if you guys have noticed that I've been starting to put a lot of intention behind how I'm not out there like, oh my gosh, you got to get Shakeology, or hey, you got to join my group, or this or that. But when people are telling you they can't afford this stuff, and I guarantee you people are going to Starbucks every single day. I know people that are going to Starbucks every single day that are saying like that's expensive. And it's like, you're drinking a coffee and it's like $6. How, like, that's in our heads that we're like, what the heck? So you guys think of the objections that you're getting and think of things that happen in your life that you can bring out to relate to this. Also, as far as the coaching aspect goes, I want to be able to go to your page, look through it, and be like, wow, Angel's a Beachbody coach. And not just by looking at I work at Independent Team Beachbody or whatever, because it should say, I work for Angel, I work for Crystal, I work for Becca, I work for Alex, because you guys work for yourself. You don't work for Beachbody. So I want to be able to go to your page and be like, hey, she's a coach? What do you mean? She's got this team? And I can join on her team? Like, wait a minute. Like, I want to be able to go there and be like, what is this whole team thing that I can join? Like, you want people to be able to come to you and be like, okay, I hear you talking about you're doing this challenge group and everything. What is a challenge group? And wait a minute, you guys are going to this mansion in Arizona for a leadership retreat? Like, how, like, what do you mean? Like, how can I do that? Oh, wait a minute, you're going to go to Punta Cana and have it completely paid for and it be an all-inclusive resort? Like, wait, what? So think of the things that drew you guys to Beachbody. Think of the things, even the littlest bit of things that have changed in your life. Think about the things that you guys want to do in your life that haven't happened already. Maybe you have this bucket list where you want to take your children to Disney, or you want to go someplace that's very special, or you want to do something. Talk about it on your Facebook. People may think you're crazy, but you know what? I'm sure that they thought other people were crazy when they're like, oh, we're going to fly up in the air. What? Before there were planes? Like, people thought that they were probably insane when they were like, hey, we're going to fly. we're gonna fly. And they're like, yeah, you're really stupid, and I don't have any idea. Yeah. But you know what? We wouldn't have the things that we have, and we wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't for those crazy people that had ideas, or these crazy people that continued to believe that they had something to offer the world that could benefit the world. And that's what we have. That's what we have through Team Beachbody. And I fully 100% believe in that. I believe our products, if I could give them to people, it would change their life. But you know what? Giving it to somebody usually doesn't do anything, because it's the investment that they make that makes it worth it. Same way, like I could give all the resources, tools, and everything to you guys, but unless you see the value in putting those into action, it's not going to happen. I can tell you guys, hey, call me, text me if you need anything. And unless you're like, well, I didn't want to bother you. So unless you believe that what I'm saying, I'm really saying from my heart, like I want to know what it is I can help you with, it's because I care about you guys and I love you guys and I want you to progress in your life. This is what I want for you guys. This is what I want for our team. So if I'm getting calls at 2 a.m, that's okay. My phone won't ring, but I will get it the next day. And that's the biggest thing. Like I said, I kind of bunny trailed all over the place and talked about a lot of different things, but I really want you guys to stay focused as far as your business activity tracker. I'd recommend using it. Don't focus on the number that's on it, but just make sure that you accomplish what you guys have on there. Next, I want you guys to be intentional about your post when you're posting out. Really, really, really be intentional. If you have a fan page, it's okay to share things to your regular page as well. But what I would highly recommend is really adding those intentional posts on your regular page until you build up such a following that you can be like, hey, follow me over here, because this is where I do most of my stuff at. There's a few things that I will let you guys know as well too. So number one, I'm looking into running 3-day sneak peeks every single week. I think I'm going to start it off every other week. Let me see here. When's the first one? I'm starting the first one on the 19th. So if you guys aren't in it and you have people that need to be in it, get into it, bring people into it. We're going to see how that goes. And then I'll do the next one on the 3rd of October. And I'm hoping to run it every other week in October, and then starting November, running it every single week. Because especially when you have people that even are looking to make an extra paycheck just for Christmas gifts and stuff like that. Like also thinking about post, like how many of you guys would love a present from Beachbody, Like there's people out there that are like, okay, Christmas is coming up. They're thinking about all this stuff. Well, why can't we start to train their brain to be like, hey, I remember, I think I still have it here, but it was for Valentine's Day. I'm going to double check just to show, let's see, holiday promos. Oh, this is a Mother's Day one. So this is something that you could do for Christmas. Merry Christmas. All I want for Christmas is a Beachbody program. Don't go crazy looking for gifts or leaving the house. I want to better my health for myself and for my family. So my coach, already knows what I want. Please contact them or her or him via Facebook or at this email. So I can put this in the team page so you guys can run off of it. You can go on to PicMonkey, make something very quick and easy. And, you put that out on your Facebook and be like, hey, I know Christmas is coming. I know a lot of you guys I've talked to about achieving your goals. This is the perfect time for you to send this to your guys' friends and family so that they can get you something that will benefit you and that you want. So that's kind of just an idea. But so intentional about your post, staying with your BAT. We're going to run coach sneak peeks every other week for at least 3 days. The first one, I think I might set it up for the 5 days until I can compress and compact. We'll see. I'd like to just do it 3 days because I think that's all they need. I mean, this girl has been bringing on like 40 coaches a month doing these every single week. That's insane, right? So if somebody else can do it, why can't we? What was the other thing? Next year, my goal as our team is to have our own leadership retreat. I'm going to kind of look at the coaches that are active in our group and figure out the best place for us to meet up, because I'm not worried about getting like, oh, we've got to get in Florida or this place or that or this or that. Just a place that works best for everybody, where we can have, a great time, but also training and learning and everything, and then progress it into something bigger, like going to Utah next time. So that way we can go to corporate and everything. I'd like to be like, yeah, I'm here. Nope, I'm not here with Smash. I love Smash. I love Lindsay. I love that. But I'm like, this is my vision. The Believe to Achieve is just a bigger vision out there. So it's a beautiful place. It really is. Like I was very shocked when I was there. I'm just like, wow. So those are just some tidbits of information. If you guys aren't signed up for Summit, get signed up, if you're on the waiting list and everything, because I know Alex can talk majorly on it, is that it will create a major impact in your life by going. Super Saturdays, making sure that you go to those and bring people. It's free for other people to go. Some of them are even free too. So you just have to double check on that. What else is there? I guess, do you guys have any questions as far as thing goes, or, did that get you guys pumped up? Like I said, I didn't have any idea what I was going to talk about. I was going to have something, but apparently my day didn't go that way. But I don't know. I thought it was good. I really want to help you guys focus on not even Success Club 5 this month. Let's rock Success Club 10. That's 5 people that you guys can help. And it's just asking those right questions. And I do have the script in the Evernote too, if you guys saw that. It's in the objections section, but it's asking those questions, where do you want to be? And how can I, or what are you doing now? And what if I told you, if you work with me for a year from now, you guys can go through them. But if you guys have questions, don't hesitate to ask. Any questions, comments? My little man's out.
I'm going to take advantage while he's sleeping. I'm going to ask a million questions. I'm just playing. So, you said that, your first month, you, wanted to give up a bunch of times. So, did you ever have, moments of that, not being a new coach, but just, just periods of that where you would just kind of start and stop, or?
Yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, I had the whole, I had everything in the envelope ready to go, and even the stamp on it. I did. I'm dead serious. I had that ready to go. I was going to put it in the mail, and I didn't. But I want to say, there's been moments where I go all in, and then all of a sudden I'll have this moment. I don't know if it's because I'm not plugged into my personal development, or plugged into the page, but I get flustered. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this now. And then I'll go, and then I'll have this streak, and then all of a sudden whatever. And I've learned to really, I want to say this year, I've pushed through the hard times this year. I'm like, no, I'm going to do this. I don't care if it's difficult. I don't care if I'm not getting anybody. I didn't hit Success Club 2 times this year already, which, you know, I was on this big streak, and then in the beginning of the year, I didn't hit it. But it didn't stop me. My hardest challenge, though, was I felt like I couldn't reach out as much as I wanted to while pregnant because, like, I couldn't, like, my workouts are my drive and motivation. I love them. And when I can't fully give it everything, like, I'm like, So I want to say even during that time, though, I was still doing everything that I could, as well as managing everything that I already have. So, but before that, the years previously, yeah, there were definitely times that I was like, yeah, we're going along, we're going along, we're going along. And then I hit a little rock. And instead of me like still trucking along and knocking through the rock, I like was like, oh, chugga, 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 chug, 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 until I got my motivation back. If that, I mean, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And it's probably, I needed to plug myself into more personal development, and I needed to really reach out to my success partner and be like, hey, like, I'm getting flustered. And so that way I don't lose the momentum, because when you have that one person that can be like, listen, it's all good. It's tough, but you're stronger. It's tough, but you know what? You're going to get past it. You're going to meet new people. People are watching you. And I mean, I can tell you, I wish I could look back at specifically when I remember, I can't even remember how many times I invited you. And like, I think I've talked, I'm sure I've talked about you on my page. I'm like, there's this girl that's like so and everything. I'm serious. You probably even know people too. You're like, they'd make an amazing coach. Why are they not joining? I don't get it. And you really want to just pull your hair out or shave it. And, you know, I'm dead serious. I'm sure I've talked about you because I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, she's so into fitness. Like, why won't she just become a coach? She loves helping people. And, you know, it was, you kept watching. And guess what? I stayed consistent in what I was doing. And eventually you joined. And that's the biggest thing, is that people are always watching because they're like, yeah, are they really serious about this? Or are they just going to, you know, you see these people that do some of these other products and all of a sudden, like, and I hate bringing up this stuff, but so there's been a lot of people that were on Advocare, and as soon as Thrive came out, they switched from Advocare to Thrive. Why? You know, like, I'm not kidding you. It went from all these, because even my cousin, she is an Advocare rep. She still is. And then all of the people that were on her Advocare, or that she didn't like bring people onto her Advocare, but all the people that she knew that was doing it switched. Well, you loved it then, and then all of a sudden this came out, and that's better, I guess. But I don't know. So, you know, just day by day, step by step, continuously working on the things that you feel that you need to work on. So if you know, dealing with the objections and stuff, and like I said, the questions really do make an impact. Like, I've had to learn how to shut myself up. Like Dani Johnson, and one of her things tells yourself to like put a sticky note on your phone. Maybe it needs to be a sticky note on our computer or whatever we use, saying shut up. Because what we do is we get very excited. We want people to become a part of this because we care about them, because we know what it would do for their life, because they're telling us they're struggling. And we're like, you're telling me everything that I want to offer you, but you're not doing it. So sometimes it's just a matter of how we word the things. And it's like what I learned in the John C. Maxwell thing, and that's what Josh Coates brought out to you guys, was everything that he learned from John C. Maxwell, except he just brought it in Beachbody terms. We had a part where we had to coach, and it was a juggling aspect. And it was like, okay, you guys go out and try to coach these people in juggling. So we had partners and we were telling them what to do. Some of us were reading the instructions and everything. And then it came down to, he's like, now, can I show you how to coach? Because you guys weren't coaching. And we're like, what? Like, or he was like, how many of you guys asked questions? And I was like, well, I did. I asked him if he was left or right-handed because I wanted to know which ball to throw first. I'm like, I asked a few questions, but he brought up the whole thing is ultimately everyone in their mind, in their subconscious mind, knows what they need, what they want, and how to do something. They can teach themselves how to do things. Now, brain surgery, I don't really know about that, but you know what I'm saying here is that we know how to do the things that we need to do and what we need to do. But it's a matter of people asking us questions that will do it. So it's like, he was like, the girl was throwing the balls up and he's like, okay, what did you do that time that was different from the previous time? Like if it was worse, because he could see the things that she was doing. And it was like, I didn't throw them up high enough. All right, well, why don't you try to throw them up a little bit higher? So threw them up higher, did better or whatever, just asking these basic questions. Well, why did you feel at that time worked? Because I threw them up higher. Why did you feel that time worked? Because I angled them this way or whatever. So asking these questions to people will pull out what they want, what they need, and us to be able to give them a solution. And your biggest job is to stay confident. First of all, if you believe that the shakes are expensive, you're not going to sell them. And I hate to use the word sell, but you won't. Because if you believe that they're expensive, they're not going to believe that they're inexpensive. If you don't feel that you can help them accomplish their goals financially, like if they're like, no, I really want to get out of debt or I want to be a stay-at-home mom, and you're like, I want you to join my team, but like I don't think I'm a great leader and everything, they're not going to join you. So when you stay in confidence and you're like, hey, listen, I can't tell you if you're going to accomplish all the goals that you want to accomplish, but what if I told you if working for me a year from now is going to get you that much closer to your goal? What would it be worth to you? And then what does that make me want to do? Build and become a better leader and stay accountable with them to help them accomplish their goals. So it's going to grow you no matter what, and it's going to help them no matter what, right? Again, all comes back to life and death is in the power of the tongue. So believe in yourselves. Believe that you can help people. Believe what you can offer them. Believe what the products can do. And be confident that you can help them. So, anybody else? So everyone's going to be confident. There's like some opera singing going on outside my door or something. It's like out my window. I'm not kidding you. Like, it was really weird. There's my little pumpkin.
Yeah, me.
See, and you guys can see him sometime. Maybe we'll have a family retreat day. So you guys can all do this. I know that you can. I'm fully confident in you guys. And again, I just want you guys to accomplish your goals. And that's why I ask you about your goals all the time, because I never want you guys to forget those. So if you guys don't have any questions or comments, I'm going to let you guys go and get on to your guys' things. I'm going to be working a lot with getting in more videos on our YouTube page as well for Believe2Achieve. Some things that you guys can either take or utilize when you do have new coaches that sign up. I think I would like to do sometime maybe this week or next week an onboarding maybe call as well. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a call. I can do it alone and you guys can check it out. Just a great way to bring on new coaches and the steps that you can take, and staying consistent with them as well. We can try to maybe get all of our new coaches into a call and be like, hey, we're going to do a special call. It's going to be 15-20 minutes long about where to go over the onboarding checking thing. So kind of like maybe a big get started right call. So that's some things that I would love to take in consideration, just like doing it once a month, having everyone, or every other week, depending on how many coaches we have that join and stuff. So there's lots of ideas that I have going on in my mind. So just taking it day by day. All right. Well, I will let you guys get to your night, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
You guys all have a good night. Bye.